Now today I'm going to talk about the use of the iMono compared to the iPolySix. I had a question this week after my last video, which was about the fact that Korg came out with the iMono. And when I saw, my first reaction was like, oh my God, finally I can use my iPolySix, because I didn't understand the difference between the two. And I can actually have my iPolySix in Gadget from Korg, and I was wrong. I was wrong, which is not a problem. I mean, the iMono is a different beast than the iPolySix, and I'm going to show the two of them because one of the questions I got was, what are the differences and how do you pick which one you like the most? So I'm going to show the two of them, in a way, the target that they have, because they don't aim for the same type of person, I would say, and you're not able to do the same things. The first difference is that the iPolySix does not run with Gadget. So if you want to use the synthesizer in Gadget, it's only the iMono. The iMono is made to work with Gadget. The other logic also that you'll find is that the iPolySix is made to be a standalone synthesizer, so it's made to be fully capable of doing a song. So there's song modes, there's a sequencer. Let's go here and I'm going to show you. There's a sequencer for one synth, and there's another sequencer for the other synth. So you can run, let's say, a melody, a lead, let's say, and a bass. So two different synthesizers, two sequencers. And you've got also the drum. And each of the drum sounds, you get 6 of them, each of the drum sounds are basically a full iPolySix synth again. So these are really powerful for that. So you've got two instruments and the whole drums of 6 different instruments. And then you can create your sequence, your pattern, and link them together to the song. So you can create songs easily from that, and then you can bounce it so you've got the stereo file. So that's it. That's what the iPolySix is. I'll come back to the synthesis after. If you go and you switch to iMono, the iMono is a very, well, it's not a very powerful synth, but it's powerful compared to the iPolySix. The iMono is basically the iMono. You know, it's a replication of the original synthesizer, a couple of features more, but basically it's a synth. There's no drum, there's no multiple synthesizers, there's no sequencer, nothing. It's made to be a synthesizer that you integrate into Korg Gadget if you want to be able to use it in a song. Let's talk now about the differences in the synthesis aspect of it. Well, the iMono has 4 oscillators, so it's very powerful. You can really create a very wide sound with a lot of movement. So 4 oscillators, you can have different type of combination between them, like cross modulation, sync, and stuff like that. You can detune them, of course. You've got a VCF dedicated envelope, and you get a VCA envelope, and you got 2 LFOs. Yeah, 2 LFOs on top of that. So very powerful for that synthesis part. The iPolySix is a lot more limited. Well, it was also the fact of the iPolySix physical device. The iPolySix is simple: 1 VCO, a filter, resonant filter, 1 envelope that can be sent to the amplitude and to the filter. So, and 1 LFO. So it's very 1-1-1, you know. Still, it has its sounds. It's really interesting. To make it bigger, you have chords. You've got unison, poly, to play with the way the sounds will play, because the iPolySix is made to play 6 notes. So you put it in unison, the 6 notes play on 1, so it becomes very thick and wide. Poly, then you play polyphonic keys. and chords you can actually record and play like a fifth, seventh, and minor, whatever you want, you know. And that's it. It's a very efficient, cool sounding, simple synthesizer. A little bit like the Juno RSH 101 would have in the time, like very limited synthesizer, but at the same time sounds good with what it can do. So that's a very fairly rapid to create synthesis synth, whereas the other one, the iMono Poly, gives a lot more features in everything you have here, LFO and all that. Now, there's something about the iMono Poly that makes it a lot more powerful synthesis-wise, is the fact that, it's the fact that if you go into this little patching window, you have sources and destination for modulation. So you can really make this sound move and evolve in time. You've got 8 different sources you can send to 8 different destinations. And the list of sources is just mind-blowing. You've got a lot, you know, velocity, keyboard tracking, pressure velocity, modulation wheel, of course modulation 1, modulation controller, VCF, VCA, modulation generator, so the LFOs, and noise generator. So all of this can be sent to these destinations, and the list of destinations is very powerful. So it is a very capable synthesizer if you want to, you know, like me, if you like to create your sounds. I like this because you can create a sound that is always evolving over, I don't know, 16 bars. And even if you play a very simple 1-bar song or 1 bar for bass line, that bass will evolve over 16 bars just because the sound evolves all the time. So that's really what I like about this. This one is really powerful for that, where the iPolySix is more limited because of that. Now, if you use Korg Gadget, there is a limit for all the synthesizers that Korg sells as a separate device that also runs within Korg Gadget. The one thing you will lose when you use it in Korg Gadget is the arpeggiator. So if you find that the arpeggiator is powerful and you like the way it plays, and when you get into Korg Gadget, that part disappears. And that is really a shame because, well, this one, it's not that bad because the arpeggiator is fairly simple. But like others, which one do I have here? I've got another one, sorry. Synthesizer, I've got the Odyssey, which is also made by Korg. The Odyssey has a very powerful, wicked way to control 3 different parameters in time. So it's a very interesting sequencer. But when you load that into, even you prepare all your sound and you save it, when you go into Korg Gadget, it's not there anymore. You've got the sound, but you don't have the arpeggiator. So for me, that's kind of a bummer. I would like to have the arpeggiator into the synth, which is something that they have. When you look into a Korg, there's a Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, the Chicago synth that is basically a TB-303 clone. Well, there's an arpeggiator in it. So why not have these back into Korg Gadget? So if anybody knows how to put them on, I'm more than willing to understand. Tell me what it is. But if they're not there, like I don't find them, I'm not finding them. Please, Korg, you know, think about adding these back into Korg because they exist. They're in the code. They're there. You know, it's just a question of giving us access to them in Korg Gadget. What I'll do after this, I'll create a little video just of sounds so you can listen to the sounds of the different synthesizers with no other talking, just the sounds straight up from the synths into the capture, so you can hear really how they sound and might help you decide which one is the right for you. That's it. I'm Nu-trix, the synth guy. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Now, if you like this, thumbs up, please. go check my website, Nu-trix.com. It's at the bottom of the screen. There's articles, there's other things you can find over there. And I also have a Facebook account if you want to follow me there. Give me ideas of what else you want me to talk about. Right now, what I will probably do soon is show you how I worked with Gadget for my EP. So it gives you an understanding on the approach I used to use it this time. Until next time, cheers.